guys, welcome back to Gazza's Koi Pond. Hopefully you can hear me okay, because I have been doing a bit of work this weekend and the mini pond is running, but it's had a good clean out and it's sounding quite loud. I'll spin you around and have a quick look. A complete service, full clean out, good water change, and also an add-in of some new fry. Went down to see Daz this weekend and he gave me a good selection of fry. None of the fancy ones, a couple of nice ones, but some of the ones that he had a good number of identical looking type fish. And we've brought them home, we've popped a few in here. I'd say maybe a good 10 or so, in the hope that we can see just how much they grow in a different environment and see if we can get a little bit of size on them. Just a little bit of an experiment me and Dad are doing to see what we can do with them. But there's a few down in there, probably a bit difficult to see. There's one there, a couple more down there, all down low. But we'll see how they progress and develop. A couple more there. Also down there in the back corner there is my fancy goldfish, and I think she's suffering with a bit of swim bladder trouble because she's been just tucked down there in that corner for the last 2 days. So let's see how she does. Hopefully, fingers crossed, she comes good. As the temperatures warm up a little bit better, she always seems to have a bit of trouble every now and again. There's also the blackmore in there, the two Sarasa comments, and the other fancy goldfish. But we'll see how they do, see how they progress. A bag of bits and bats for the filter system. So we'll take them down and we'll have a good look at the big pond, open up the shed, and we'll make a start at trying to see if we can get these in place. I did also give this pond a very good water change. Altered some of the pipework a little bit, so you can see now we've got a good flow return coming back in, pushing in at 9,000 litres an hour. Fish are all looking good, all systems still up and running, but what I'm trying to do is get this new system up and running and properly going and maturing up. But in the process of the work all being done, I have knocked a few of the plants and lilies. There's a few little bits there floating around that I need to net off and get out. But so far so good, everybody's looking well. Now I've got also added in, we're getting a lot of oxygen coming in here from these two filter systems. I added a new air stone in this side of the pond, and we've got the original one in that corner and the original one in that corner. What I'm hoping to intend to do is this one to be moved round to about here, and then adding another one just in and down around here. So I've got the 4 areas of oxygen going back into the pond. Good water flow there and some really good water flow there. As you can see, it's moving the water around nicely. All in and around the bottom drain there, completely clean, spotless, but we do need to do some alterations to the old system and get it up over here under this corner out of the way, because it's just ticking over to keep it matured, ready for when we do the pond build, so that we can get these out into a temporary pond and then use that filter system as the filtration for the build. Right, excuse me, just having a mouthful of coffee. I'll get this shed unlocked and I'll have a look in here to see how things are going. Bear me 1 second while I get this unlocked. As you can see there, got plenty of flow coming back in now. But the filter system's running well. Right, let's get in here. We'll switch the lights on so we can see what we're doing. Filter system's running good. I still have one slight leak, which I'm going to have to see if I can seal because I can't get it to stop. This one's good. We've stopped the leak on this one, we stopped the leak on this one, and we stopped the possible, maybe looking at that with a slight drip there. Might still have a slight leak on that one, but we'll get them sorted out as they mature up and as the seals hopefully will stop. I mean, it's only a drip every now and again, but we'll rectify that. I'll just remove that lid so we can see. Only thing I need to do now is get some media ordered, as it is running 8,000 litres an hour. I can put it up to 9, which is pretty good. As you can see there, well, maybe not, you can see the water levels at that height there, and again the water level at that height, and again the water level is about where my thumb is there. So with a good 2 inch on this side, a good possible 3 inch on that one, and a good 3 inch on this one. All running well. Ultraviolet still in and running. I love how you can see this through the ultraviolet. This is really good, means I can see and check. Now what I did do is added in this extra airline by separating, they were informed by Mick Lawson, separating these, because when they come with these kits, they come with like a little Y section, so you can put 2 connections into one and turn 2 feeds into one feed. But as you can see here, that's a 2 into 1. Yes, it does look to be putting a fair bit more air in that one than the other 2, but the other 2 are still pretty good. So rather than just having all the concentrated air at this side, like I did have, I'm now going to stagger them and have one there, one here, one there and one there. Get some good flow, good return, and I need to get these little bits of lilies, as my fish have been chomping down on them a little bit, but they're all doing good. I'll get a bit of food on that. We'll see if we can get them to come up for a bit of breakfast. It's nice and early, so we'll see if we can get them to come up and have a little bit of something to eat. Bear with me 1 second while I grab a bit of food. And we'll see if we can get them to come up. We'll see if we can get them to come up. This ain't going to be hard because they come up very quickly and very easily. Although the Coppen's food that I'm feeding at present is making a fair bit of froth on the pond, as you can see, but I do think that's partially to do with, also to do with the amount of perhaps a bit of protein that's on there from said Coppen's food, and also the amount of extra bubbles that I've now got in the pond. But let's see if we can get, there we go. I'm going to come up straight away, no messing. He said, there we go. Everybody's doing really well. My chag, which I got from last year's show, it's almost completely cleared up with the little mark that I had on his nose. Now it's just a tiny little bit, about so big on his nose. That's clearing up. And that's a cowabackie there, up feeding. Let's see, give them a little bit more. There you go, you see the shag there coming up. It's almost completely gone off his nose now. Just the last little bit to clear up. And he's looking good. Not as keen as what they have been, but I've got to admit this morning, it's absolutely freezing. It's really dropped cold again. Yeah, not too keen on it. They're a bit off put with the new flow. It's certainly made them a lot more active, but obviously the food is just circulating around now all over the place, and I don't think they're quite used to it. There's shag down there nudging around in the plants and the lilies, which they've never done before. I mean, as you can see there, some of those lily leaves are absolutely in pieces, and they have been chowing down on them somewhat, but you know, it is what it is. There are a few buds coming up already. Sorry, back the camera right there, I was just putting the food back. There are a few buds coming up as well. There we go, you can see the shag come up there then. It's almost completely gone, I really am happy. The fulcrum on his scaling has really come up. It didn't look anywhere near as dark as that. So I'm really happy with that, because it's starting to look really, really good. The bottom of the pond is almost crystal clear, apart from this one area down here where I've got the old, sorry, I'm pointing down here, the old filter system, the old pump system, which is still in there. I need to get that cleaned up and vacked up, but I'm going to move this over here into the corner out way, so that the majority of the filtration is then being done by the bottom drain. But one thing I did find out, I'll just zoom this out a little bit again. One thing I did notice in I give the pond on Friday a real good clean out. So same with the mini pond. But one thing I did notice was just how fast I can drop the water level down in the pond now. Obviously, whilst having a chat with a few friends, I'd open up all three. I dropped all the water out the chambers, and when I looked, I dropped a good 3" off the pond. I let him fill back up again and dumped again, let him fill back up again, dumped again, and a good water change on the pond. But I do seem to be having quite a fair bit of foam, as you can see there, and I do think I might have to do something about that. I've never had that before, other than when I fed some high protein food last year. So I do think it's the concentrated protein level in the Copland's food that I'm feeding. And the kahaku then just flashed, but first time I've seen any signs of that, so it could just be a bit of an itch. No signs of anything else doing it. The Yamabuki Ogun's feeding really well, seems to be putting a bit of size on as well. There's Vince's fish just come up there, looking totally different. But yeah, all in all, everybody's doing good. Happy as I can be for now. One other little thing I would say, I thought I'd got a sankey. It's just down here, this one here, and I think that sankey might be going to become a shower. Could be wrong, but it does look like it's got a fair few more patches of black coming up, and it also looks like it can have a bit of black on its head. And if it does get a bit of black on its head, black, red and white on the head, but it's no Motoguru in the pectorals, so if it is going to be a Sankey, it's going to have a bit more nice, if it is a Sankey, it's going to have a bit more nice patterning into it. Or it could possibly become a shower, I don't know. Let me know what you think, guys. What actually determines the difference between a Sankey and a shower, and whether or not oh, it's just started raining as well. There's the one there, just at the side of the Kahaku, which is not bad actually. I mean, I only bought that last year about so big, and it's grown, it's almost doubled in size now. It's doing well. A nice little fish. But yeah, I think I need to do something about this protein bubbles on the top. But if I had another airstone, might want to make that worse. But I'd rather have a well oxygenated pond. All water parameters seem okay, I just think it's a bit of excessive protein. And again, I do believe that's from this Cotton's food that I'm using. It does have a tinge to the water still, ever so slightly, in comparison to what it did before doing a good water change. It was shocking. It almost looked like brackish water and a oily scum across the top of the surface. But yeah, not doing bad. I'll leave them to it, let them have the breakfast. It is early doors, it's literally 9:20 in the morning. But we'll have a quick look at these bits and bats that I've got and I'll let you see these. So there was a second, and I'll get back to you in a quick. Right guys, so what I've got here is my new air pump, which is the, let me just grab a box so I can show you. There we go, it's the Eco Air Pump PA60. Super quiet, high pressure, 40% higher than normal air pump, supports low power consumption, energy savings 30%, 35 decibels and small in size by Jacob Eco Pond products. That's what I've gone with. Hopefully this will be good enough for what we're trying to achieve. What we've got is the little rubber hose which steps down with these little spring clips. I just need to wiggle and get this pipe a little straighter than what I have. And what I'm going to do is have this on the shelf. There we go, a bit straighter now. I'm going to have this on the actual shelf itself, and if you look, let me just get this clip back into place, and if you look, it just protrudes low enough to come below the shelf with this little rubber boot. So what I'm going to do is drill a hole on the underside under here, and I can have this plugged in to the last socket, because this one's my mobile phone charger. This is the new UV, that's the new pump, this is the air pump for the pond, and at present there's the old one still in there for what it is, being such a small little UV. That one's still running. The what's this one? The small little pump which I've got in the corner just for the flow, and then the main water pump again is basically the main water pump for the one that's down in there for this filter system. The next one is the little fountain pump, which is just creating a nice bit of water circulation. And then, like I said, the UV air pump, new pump, which is the Veriflow, and then the new UV, which is this one. the mobile phone charger, leaving me with, obviously this it's only going to be when I'm in here recording and what have you, just to give me a little bit of power to charge up my mobile, and then this one is going to be in there in the last one, so I'll be switching that one over to that one, and then I'll have one spare socket for when I'm charging, and I've still got my shed lights, internal and external, and my 2 power points then for when I'm doing my garden. But this is what we're going with, a little manifold, where you can pop into this one. Once I've drilled the hole through the shelf, I will then be able to pop this into that, clamp that down over the top, close off 3 of these valves because they won't be being used at present, and then 3 valves for barrel 1, barrel 2, barrel 3. So that's the plan. A good length of hose here for it. Hopefully we should have enough, and then if needs be I might need to get another one just to, because as you can see temporarily it's just there laid on top of the surface at the moment. What I will be doing is moving back all that blue slate, tucking it down out of way, out of sight, job done, and then dropping another one, moving that one back to here because it's not long enough to reach that far corner, and I don't want the hose streamed across the inside of the pond. Don't want to see that, so I'll have it on the outside and just tuck them in that corner, one in this corner. Plenty of good flow, plenty of good air, but I might need to pick up another one for this, but we'll see if we've got enough. We might have. That's the plan. Air stone for each one, bottom of this one, air stone for this one, and then the air stone for the first one. That way then, when it comes to cleaning out, I can switch this air pump on, give them a good boil up, and Bob's your uncle. So, I'll get those in, get those cut, get those trimmed into size, and now I have decided now what I'm going to do. I'm going to go for jack matting in the first chamber. Second chamber is going to be a moving bed, plastic media based, and I think I'm going to go with the slightly bigger stuff, you know, the bigger size stuff. And then this one is going to be Alpha Grog static bed biological side, and it's going to be the Alpha Grog in this one. I'm going to put the Alpha Grog into these onion sacks so that I can take them out, give them a good rinse out, and then on the last stage of it I'm going to have some filter sponges, so there'll be a layer of Alpha Grog, filter sponges, and then it'll be flowing back over and returning to pond. So that's where I'm going with, guys. Simple, keep it simple. As I saw over there, all their filter systems in Poland were all completely simple systems. Aerated jack matting, aerated moving bed, aerated static bed, stroke biological. The only reason why I'm going to have the aerated one in there is for when I just want to give it a good clean, and give it a switch them on, boil them up for half an hour or so, and then dump them to waste. And the waste, absolute waste street. It's absolutely brilliant. It empties out very fast, making a good partial water change for the pond. So I'm chuffed a bit for a bit of press, up to press, guys. It's doing a good job. Even though there's no media in here at present, it's still picking up a lot of muck and it's still settling in the bottom, and when I flush it away it sucks it up and pulls it all away and it's gone. So 2 good water changes, takes out 600 litres. That's a good partial water change for anybody's pond. So I'll make a start on these. I need to get a hole drill through the shelf so that I can get this through and bring the manifold down through. I'm hoping to bring the manifold down through about here. Once I've got the manifold down and through, then I can connect the rubber hose down and through. I can connect the manifold, shut off 3 of these, 3 air lines in, and I'm going to take the lid off of one of these. I'm going to drill a small little hole through this one, thread the hose through with the air stone, and then I will be able to have, you know, when I want to come to take it off, I'll be able to just move it up, lift it up, slide it back, do whatever I need to do inside, cleaning out, maintenance, and I'm going to leave enough of a enough of length on the actual hose that I've got enough space to be able to take this off, remove it back, take this off, and remove it back to give myself a bit of play with the actual air stone. So I don't want to be disturbing this too much. Once it's down there on the bottom, I want it really stay there. Just put a little bit of loose in, see how we go. So I'll get back to you in a bit when I've got all those in. And then we need to sort, and I'm actually, we were saying the jack matting, I've actually sent an email through to the, what's it, is it Mountain Tree, I think, it's Mountain Tree. I've sent them an email through to see if I can perhaps maybe get some of their products off them, and can give me a cost and a price for it, get some ordered and get this one filled in with the Mountain Tree matting. Then the media in this one, and then the media from in that one into this one. So, right, get back to you in a bit, guys, when I've got this all done and sorted, and show you what's going on. Right, guys, so there you go. I've drilled a hole. This I've just realised and just found out that this actual shelf has got a whole plastic cover on it, protective plastic film, and it removed it. So I drilled a hole through so I can get the flexible hose connection through. Got it neating up the cables and such afterwards, but that's in there, good to go. On the underside we have the manifold in and clamp through, plenty of flexibility if I need to move it, undo this if I need to remove it ever, it just literally lifts up and out of weight. So these three are all closed, these three open. I'm going to get some hose line cut for them now. Once I've got the hose line cut, it'll be fed from this one into this one to this one, and from this one into first one. So I'll get all those trimmed up and popped in, and we'll give it a switch on and test and see how it does. But we can have a quick listen now. I don't think it's as quiet as what they make it out to be, but we'll see. Listen to this now. Not too bad, I don't suppose, but it'll be something I'll be switching off when I'm in here when we're doing any form of filming or anything. But hopefully, fingers crossed, we get a good bit of air coming out of them. And a little taps that we can open and close them accordingly. Just look there. There we go. So I'll get those cut up, get the stones and the hose cut to size, and we'll get them threaded in. I'll get back to you in a tick. Right, guys, there we go. So we've got feed one, which goes to barrel number one, down, and there's plenty of length on there for removing the lid, because it goes right down to the floor. So we've got plenty of length on it, nice, tidy, neat. Number two, which goes to barrel number two. There we go. So we've got number two, feeds through into barrel number two, into the top of the lid. And again, plenty of length because it drops all the way down to the floor. And number three, which feeds into the third barrel. And again, plenty of length, goes right down to the floor. So we'll get all those dropped in and we'll see what it looks like. Right, guys, it's up and running. And as you can see there, we have plenty aeration, plenty turnover, which is pretty good, pretty impressed with that. And again, plenty of turnover, plenty of aeration, and again, plenty of turnover and plenty of aeration in the first one. The job's a good one. That works well. Pretty chuffed with that. Nice little neat, tidy and set up. All the lids have got plenty enough movement on them to be able to shift them all around and move them about whenever I want. There's no restrictions, and with plenty of air circulating around in there. So we're going to get some good aeration, good boiling up when I come to cleaning. Looking pretty good. So guys, there it is, all closed up with the lids in. Pump on. All I need to do when I need to use it now is
I've just pushed this. I've actually pushed this into the wall there, and just made a little temporary place just for plugging it into, so it stands that way. When I'm good and ready, I just need to unplug, plug it in, jobs are good. So media side of things is the next stage. As soon as I'm going to get in the house, get some of that ordered up, get that here, and then that's that all done. The next little thing I have done is I've been to my local shop and picked up a new length of air stone. We've got the aeration going in here now, we've got aeration going in there, flow return in there, plenty of flow return there, aeration there, and aeration here. So I've got all sort of four corners now of my pond getting plenty of air, so they should be doing pretty good for oxygen supplies now. Obviously plenty of good flow coming in on that. All that's left to do now is literally pick up some, give them a little bit of food, let them have a bit of dinner, and for this bank holiday weekend, that's all my projects done. So guys, if you're enjoying this kind of content, you're doing me a huge great big favour. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, and until next time, I'll catch you on the next one. Take it easy and keep smiling guys. See you all soon.